I hope you're ready because I finally have a nice little shopping haul for you. So there's gonna be a lot today. I finally bought myself a Coach Rogue, which we're going to unpack here in a minute. Kind of an exciting find. I also got some really good ready-to-wear from one of my favorite retailers, Overland, LL Bean. There's going to be some vintage books, my Valentine's Day gift from my husband. We've got a lot to unpack today, but let's kick it off first with a little bit of LL Bean. But before we dive into that, you guys, let me just get it out here in a second. This was the most major thing I've purchased so far in February, but it's not going in today's haul. It is going to be saved for its own very special video. If you've been around, God, it's heavy. If you've been around my channel at any point over the last year or so, then you're gonna know a certain bag has just taken me by a chokehold. And I finally splurged and bought one brand new at the store, and I am just so excited. So I want you guys to guess down in the comments. It's a Ricky, hello, obviously. Did I get the alligator finally? Did I pay $26,000 to buy an alligator bag in stores? That would be wild. Did I get the Shearling that was on sale for $3,400? Or did I get the cargo, which was also about $3,400? Let me know in the comments because, guys, this is so iconic. Mark your calendars. It is literally going to come out this Saturday, and it is going to be major. I'll see you all there. But let's kick it off. Like I said, we're going to start out with LL Bean, and I finally marked something else off of my long-term wish list. I have been wanting this item or these items for literally over a decade, and I can't remember. Was this in my late 2024 autumn-winter wish list? Was this in my 2025 wish list? Did I showcase this a couple of years ago? I have no idea, don't ask me. But I finally got my hands on a darn pair of bean boots. I have wanted these bean boots. God, I was in college when these had a chokehold on me. They were all over my Pinterest. They're absolutely fabulous. These have been made in Maine for about 100 years, pretty close to. And what I love about them, you all know that I like sustainability. I like being conscious about what I'm spending my money on, what I'm buying, what I'm getting rid of. And what's really cool with these boots is once the sole wears out, they literally take the leather uppers off and put them on a brand new pair of soles. You can literally wear the same pair of boots for like an entire generation as long as you take good care of the leather part. But apparently these are actually pretty well waterproof. There was this guy here on YouTube that was like cutting all of these different hiking, hunting boots down and cutting them apart and like seeing like what's inside. Basically the Tanner Leatherstein of footwear. I'll have to link down the video below, but these actually won in a lot of the different tests that he put them through. So I'm like, okay, bite the bullet, buy the bean boots, and they're here. Have I worn them out yet? No. Otherwise I wouldn't be touching the bottoms because I cringe when people touch the bottom of their shoes after they've been worn. Gross. I am excited to wear these out. We've been getting a lot of snow here in Chicagoland lately. It's about time I break these in. Maybe I'll wear them to brunch tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. Now, I also picked up a few other very exciting items that I've been eyeing over at LL Bean. Don't worry, guys, I've got you covered. Everything I show you today is going to be linked down below, or maybe if I can't find an exact item because one piece is incredibly rare that I'm about to show you, I'll find an equivalent, or maybe it's over at my store, curatedbycaleb.com, you never know. But first and foremost, and most importantly, for this whole haul, I picked up a braided belt. Now, if you guys were here for the saga last summer, I unboxed a gorgeous Polo Ralph Lauren braided belt. Granted, it was MFF, made for factory, it's what we call it in the biz, and it broke. First wear broke, not because I'm overweight, thank you, save your comments. It was just really poorly made. You've got to be a little picky choosy when it comes to the outlet. I did not heed my own warning. I looked at it, I saw the potential flaws in the quality and the craftsmanship, and I bought it anyway, so that's on me. But this belt, this is on another level. So unlike that Ralph Lauren belt, this is all more kind of solid leather. That one was like a lot of pieces kind of glued together haphazardly. This one was actually made in Great Britain in the UK. This belt is only $54.96, looking at you, Burberry, made in the UK. Not $1,000. When I was researching these leather braided belts, I saw that a lot of the Ralph Lauren models in the late 90s, early 90s, really 80s and 90s, let's just call it what it is, were wearing these really long braided belts that had like the tail at the end. So maybe they could like knot it up or just like let it hang down. And I'm like, okay, that's a vibe. It's very casual, very classic. So I went up a few sizes. I think this is a 46. It drapes beautifully. I'm so excited to have this in my collection. So far I've worn this a few times and it's a gorgeous belt. I'm in my belt era, if you haven't noticed. I feel like every haul we're unboxing a belt. I've already talked about it for too long. So let's go on to the next item. Some corduroys. So these are the country corduroy pants from LL Bean, and they are so freaking comfortable. I'm about to show you a gorgeous Peruvian wool sweater here from Overland in just a moment, and these pair perfectly with that. As an outfit, the sweater with these cords, the braided belt, the bean boots, my RL Gold Ricky, like, don't even talk to me. Like, please, it is such an over-the-top fabulous look. Beautiful neutrals, really good quality. I haven't worn these out just yet, but I am chomping at the bit to wear them because I've needed a good pair of corduroys in my closet for quite some time. time. It's literally been years since I've had a good pair of corduroys, and these fit the bill. I'm going to link them down below. I already love them. I know you will too, so go and check them out. I promise you will not be disappointed. So next up, I have something very exciting to show you guys. My husband got me a little Valentine's Day gift, but before we get into all that, you know the drill. Hey guys, my name's Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content several times a week, both here on YouTube and over at my website, curatedbycaleb.com. It's an entire lifestyle blog complete with a beautiful storefront. I actually just dropped a whole lot of stuff this week on Monday, so if it hasn't sold out, please run and check it out. There's some really good designer things on there. And aside from all that, I also stay busy with the membership. If you're looking for a little bit more perks and access here to the channel, curatedbycaleb.com, join the membership. The link is down below. We have an amazing Discord, an awesome community. We have yearly members meetups where we all get together. We go shopping, usually here in Chicago. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below. Like, hello, if you're into all this fabulous stuff, trust me, you will not be disappointed with the channel, and I can't wait to have you join us over in the membership. With my husband, he knows that I have a problem. In my collection, I have a lot of bags. I also have a lot of wallets because I just like I like all my SLGs to kind of either complement or match the bag that I'm carrying. With all the different styles and designers and brands in my closet, that can be a little hard to do all the time. I also default to my Louis Vuitton monogram Brazza wallet quite a bit because it's a good neutral, classic wallet. But for my Rickies, maybe my new one, maybe this matches my new one, you don't know. You'll find out on Saturday. But this is the perfect match to my RL Gold Ricky, which is probably one of my most coveted Rickies in my collection. But he picked me up the long wallet from the Polo collection. Now with this one, it's done in a nice, beautiful, smooth calfskin. Again, all links will be down below. You have the Polo icon here on the front, and then you've got plenty of card space here on the interior, 3 bill slots, and if you still use checkbooks out in the wild, I don't think I've ever written a check in the wild now, sitting at my desk here at home to mail out, sure, it's been a minute, but if you still use checkbooks, there's a little checkbook folder in here for you as well, or maybe you can like fold up your parking ticket in there. That's most likely what I'll be using mine for. But this was just a super thoughtful gift. Like, my husband knows who I am. He knows I love wallets. He knows I love Ralph Lauren, RL Gold. Like, this was the perfect gift. Now, over at ralphlauren.com, they don't have this one listed anymore, but I'll find it in another department store for you. But they do have the card holder, which I also think is like 100% a vibe. I am a huge book collector. I collect bags, I collect shoes, I collect housewares, I collect Wedgwood, crystal. I also collect coffee table books. Don't judge me. I'm a little bit of a, I don't want to say hoarder because that's not the term. It's all very tastefully done. I like picking up what I like. You know what? You get what I'm trying to say, right? At Half Price Books, I found a book that I actually had when I was a kid. This is a guide to Biltmore Estate. And when I was much younger, my family and I, we went to, is this in North Carolina? I can't remember. I think it is Asheville. Where is this? Where is this located? That's embarrassing. We went here. I've been here, I promise. I absolutely loved the house, the whole Vanderbilt family lore. It's fascinating. As soon as I saw the spine of this, I'm like, clocked it, recognized it. This actually sat in our living room on our Oak Express Shaker style coffee table. Listen, I wanted the Queen Anne, but I was too young. My parents didn't listen to me and they went with the Shaker style instead. From humble beginnings. I don't know, it was just kind of fun to flip through again. And I remember I would flip through this all of the time. It's absolutely fabulous. I think I got it for like $6.99, so I couldn't say no. So this came home with us, obviously. And then I also collect anything Martha Stewart, especially her books. I have all of her books in my library. That's a lie. She has like 130 books and I have like 40, so I'm missing quite a few. I need to start working on the gardening books, but this is Decorating with Color, the best of Martha Stewart living, and our apartment in college was actually done in all Martha Stewart colors. Our living room and dining room was mossy rock, the bedroom was milk pale, and the bathroom was some shade of yellow, which looking back on photos now did not photograph well. It was pretty in person. It was like bird themed. It was 2012. Like, don't judge me. I'm a little bit more of a maximalist than Martha Stewart, but I still get some really good ideas from her books and her TV shows. So whenever I can find them on YouTube, like I binge watch them religiously. So a little bit of Martha Stewart. Last but not least, I got an art book. This is by Anthony Guacolia. It is in plastic. I would flip through it with you guys, but it's a little racy, not very YouTube friendly. So we're gonna leave this one closed in the plastic. His artwork is kind of amazing, so Google him if you haven't. It was just a fun book. I had to get it. It was $7.99. I'm like, hello, no brainer. Not a lot of you might be familiar with Overland, but Overland makes gorgeous clothing, both for men and women. They specialize a lot in like different furs, shearlings, leathers, wools. Their wools are stunning. And I have a few pieces from them in my collection, which is ever growing. The quality is stunning, absolutely superb, and the pricing really isn't that bad. So I picked up from the sales section the Mitchell Peruvian wool sweater. And this one has like a little bit of a neck to it. Originally it was priced at $249. Right now it's on sale for $173. And this is the color Honey. This paired with those cords, like you're seeing the vision, right? Absolutely fabulous. They have another one, I think it's called Asphalt or Concrete. It's like a heathered gray version of this, which yes, I will be buying as well. Don't tell my husband. Now, Overland also finds itself on my wish list quite a bit. I think for last fall, there was this stunning suede shirt, which is absolutely fabulous. It's $350, which for a shirt you're not going to wear a whole lot of. It's kind of pricey in my opinion. I think that they just make gorgeous heritage quality pieces. Definitely check them out if you can. Overland, huge shout out. Love the brand. Cannot wait to buy more because every time I visit the website, I see like 30 more things I need to have, which is kind of a sign, right? Plus this is so soft, so warm. It's fabulous. Also from Overland, I picked up a gorgeous beanie. You're like, Caleb, why would you cover up all that gorgeous hair with a beanie? Listen, it gets cold here in Chicagoland. I found the most gorgeous sheepskin beanie. This is made of 100% sheepskin in like a shearling style. You have this like gorgeous suede leather here up at the top, this rich sheepskin fur here on the interior. It's just gorgeous, you guys. And this is priced at only $99. If you found this at any other, furrier or brand, you're gonna be paying hundreds more. So I'm like, I don't know how or why they had this one so well priced. This one's in the whiskey camel colorway. They also have like a darker gray or brown colorway, but I was thinking with like all the neutrals in my collections, more browns and whatnot, this made more sense. Plus it just looks fabulous on me, right? Like you have to admit, don't deny it. Now, I'm also curious to hear from you guys, like, what is this smaller, lesser known brand that you love that maybe other people don't know about? I'm always looking for like new clothing brands, new energy. So let me know down in the comments. Let's get that conversation going because it's always so fascinating to hear like brands that I might know about, you don't know, and brands you know about, I might not know. So if you think of a brand that you know of that I might like, let me know in the comments. Let's get that conversation going. And have you commented yet which Ricky you think I got? I almost want to just rip it out and show you guys, but I have a whole plan. We're going to do like flowers and everything in the living room like we would for like a big Hermes unboxing. It's going to be gorgeous. And I cannot wait to style this Ricky. It is going to be so over the top. But on Saturday, I went to the dentist. That was a hard transition. I'm so sorry. Deal with it. But I went to the dentist on Saturday and afterwards my husband picked me up. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. Let's go thrifting or something. And he immediately did a U-turn. I was like, where are you going? Like we were like 2 minutes away from home. He goes, we're going to Dundee. A lot of people on the chats and whatnot were like, oh, you need to go out here to this town. Really good thrifting, really cute town. We went and absolutely fell in love. We had an amazing lunch over at Woodfire Pizza Company. We went to one kind of vintagey boutique. It was kind of like a home decor boutique, if anything, like lots of gifts and whatnot. Some was vintage, some was newer. And I found this tassel. And you're like, Caleb, what's that tassel for? Typically, traditionally, I would put these on like maybe like a key pole on like a piece of furniture or on like the little turn lock for the lamp. But I actually bought this to go on my bags. I was thinking everyone's into bag charm energy. There literally is not like a bag charm out there that's like calling my name. Like, okay. Rewind. There are a few Hermes ones that are calling my name, but if I'm going to spend $1,000 on an Hermes bag charm, I might as well put that money towards like an actual bag or something from Hermes, which can be done for about $1,000, which is crazy. I thought this tassel would look really fun. Now, I know that I'm going to be unboxing a Ricky on Saturday, but I have another Ricky coming here in a few weeks, hopefully. I thought this would look really cute on it. It would also look really nice on like my black runway Ricky with all the gold trim. Super cute, super fun. It was only $9. So I was like, hello, a big tassel for $9. Sign me up. Listen, with a background in interior design, I know how much Scalamandre and Samuel and Sons trims cost. So $9 for a tassel, I will take it. Now, also from our little vintage excursion, we stopped at another store. Wow, maybe I'll take you guys there on a vlog someday. I'm going to do like a whole hometown Illinois vlog where we visit different small towns over the next summer or so. But I found the world's cutest valet tray. So this was obviously someone sewed this up, but it was kind of giving me like Vera Bradley energy. So I was thinking like, you know what? Why don't I just buy some old Vera Bradley bags and make little home decor pieces? Because this would look really nice either on like my nightstand for like my jewelry and stuff at the end of the day. This would also look good on a desk, maybe with like a little notepad in there and like a pen. These would also make really good gifts. So I'm like, okay, can't be that hard to make. Like I've got my sewing machine. I'm no stranger to sewing. I can do like a little clothes whip stitch here every now and then. So I'm going to try and make my own, but I just thought this was too much fun. And I absolutely loved the fabrics. It's definitely giving like French country aesthetic. So we're here for it, right? Let me know down in the comments if that's something you would purchase. Like if I had that over on the store and like different, Vera Bradley materials, or maybe I just went out and found like some vintage quilts and things. Would you guys be interested in like a home goods section over at curatedbycaleb.com? Let me know in the comments because I'm kind of curious about adding more of my own merchandise, like Caleb Snell merch, let me know. Is that something you guys would be interested in purchasing? Because I kind of enjoy that stuff. We need to talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the rogue in the room? Ooh, the rogue in the room. That sounds like a kid's book. This bag we actually found when we were at an antique store of all places. And within the store, there's this whole wall of like recent Coach drops, and there were rogues. There was this rogue. There were other bags that I'm not familiar with because I've kind of slept on Coach in recent years. But this one really spoke to me, and I bought it, and I need your help. I need your help. As you all know, I have one rogue in my collection, and you're thinking to yourself, like, Caleb, the rogue is iconic. It's Coach's like big she bag. Like, why do you only have one? I love everything. Like, I don't discriminate when it comes to brands. I have everything from like Coach and Dooney to like my Hermes and my Ralph Lauren bags. So when I saw this one, I said, okay, that's a special rogue. And even my husband was kind of on board. That's another sign. Like, if your husband doesn't say no immediately, buy it. Don't think about it. Just buy it. And I kind of wish I'd thought about it because I don't know if this will work for me or not. But I found, you can already tell what it is. Collectors, go crazy in the comments because I got the Prussian black Whipstitch rogue. They say it's a 36. I measured it. It's like 31 centimeters. The inches also comes out to 31, but then I found the website on my secret method and they also called it a 36. Help me down in the comments. Like, how is a rogue 36 actually only 31 centimeters? Is it not based off centimeters? Is it diagonally? How is the rogue supposed to be measured? I don't get it. Anyway, so this one is a second generation. This is the Whipstitch from 2016. In my research, apparently this is incredibly collectible. And I'm like, okay, pop off. Also, did I mention it was new with tags in a complete set? So I have all the booklets, I have the little card inside, I have the dust bag, I have the straps, the two little shoulder straps. Also, brand new with tags. Like, that is absolutely insane. A bag from 2016, brand new condition, still has all of its tags, but it has the little key clochette. It's got the little bars here between the feet, which means it's a second generation. It's a nice, thick pebbled leather. You have the Whipstitch detailing here up across the handle. It's tied off with a couple of little rivets here at the end. Big, gorgeous, goofy looking tassels here off the zipper pull. There's also the big kiss lock pocket, whip stitching around the top and sides. Did I mention it's lined in suede? I don't think I did. Like, this is unlike any Coach bag that I have ever, any modern Coach bag that I have ever felt or handled or had in my possession. But is it my style anymore? Like, Caleb Snell of 2016 to 2021, 2022, let's be serious, would have loved this bag. Is this Caleb Snell in 2025? That is the question. Would I regret selling this because it's so rare? And I mean, it's a brand new with tags rogue that I found in the middle of nowhere. Kind of insane, right? Like, this bag is a beast. Like, she is fabulous. Is this just like any other bag where, you know, another rogue, I should say, where I'd put it in my closet, carry it for a week or two, and then on special occasions, and then default to like my Rickies, or, you know, like a big sloppy hobo like my Coach Zoe or the Guy Bear that I've been carrying this week? Does this have a place in my closet, especially considering I'm selling over 23 bags on Monday? Let me know in the comments. Do I need to sell this? Should I sell this? Should I keep it? What do I do? I mean, she's fabulous. It is a good bag. She's good. That was it. So it was a small haul, right? We had a little bit of ready to wear. We have a new bag, which is absolutely insane. We've got some cool vintage, thrifted, crafty pieces, some new boots, if you will. But come back this Saturday, guys, because the most special unboxing for 2025. So I've had this bag sitting out all week and I'm just like looking at it and like, I own that. Like, I did that. And that is such an accomplishment. It is a gorgeous bag. And it's definitely a good addition to my Ricky collection. It's unlike anything that I've ever owned before. Let me know down in the comments, like, what was your favorite piece today? Which Ricky do you think I bought? What clothing brands do you like that I might not know about, especially, you know, men's clothing and whatnot? And do I keep the rogue? I asked you guys a lot of questions. Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. Consider checking out curatedbycaleb.com for more of this fabulous luxury stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.